The summer has breaks, we're ready to roll. Shots are alive, the markets are gold. Roger Scott with wisdom to share. Matt Horton's insight is beyond compare. Let's trade the highs, let's trade the lows. Watch the action as the market flows. Daily grind, but we make it fun. VIP room where the pros have won. Futures flash and the tickers hum. Strategies.
Good morning, everyone. One, get an email? Anyone get an email? Call the Telegram? No, Jill, it wasn't Blaze. I'll show everyone a picture of who the culprit was.
We'll break it down. No second guessing, no fear, no frown. Roger and Matt, they're leading the way. Every trade's a story, every move we play. Let's trade the highs, let's trade the lows.
You know, I found you can't send photos from your phone on Teams now.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know.
All right, let's turn the music off. The frisky music. Hey guys, everybody on YouTube, good morning, good afternoon. We got John. Hey John, how are you? We got Eagle Beagle. How you doing, Eagle Beagle? We got Kevin, Jody, Richard, Eduardo, Alpha Diaz. Good afternoon and happy Tuesday.
Here's the culprit.
Let's see the culprit. Show him.
Be able to see him now.
That's the culprit?
That's the culprit.
The culprit looks like he's 10 pounds on a good day.
But he is about 9 pounds, and he is 17 years old. He's blind, and he's been blind his whole life. And he got a little ornery just for a second. I think he got confused. My dad was trying to feed him.
Oh, okay.
His hand, yeah.
Oh, he's an angry.
Not usually. I think he just had an old man moment. You know, he's 17. That's a
17. My God, I didn't know dogs
yeah.
lived that long. 17. Jeez, what kind of dog is he?
The Dotson.
A Dotson?
Yeah.
A purebred?
No, I don't think so.
A mixed Dotson.
Yeah, he's a mutt Dotson.
He's a legitimate grumpy old man, Matt.
Yep, he's an inherited dog. We were dog sitting him when I was a kid for a good family friend who was a pastor, and he died in the hospital while we were dog sitting the dog. So we were gonna take him to the pound. So we've had Buddy ever since.
That's nice. You inherited the doggy. Very nice.
My dad's good.
It seems like it.
They met him on Friday. We spent the weekend together. We got home last night. His hand started to swell real bad. And I guess he got kind of feverish this morning. So they took him to the hospital.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming the dog's always had all his shots since you probably had him for many years. And
oh, yeah. Got him for
it was just a bacteria infection, huh?
Yeah. Just something weird.
Yeah.
But they got him on antibiotics, a heart monitor. He'll be all right.
Yeah, as long as he's in the hospital. I mean, obviously he's in the this is not, what did I say before? What did I say? It's this. He doesn't have, that stuff, the Ebola or anything. It's just a dog bite. It should be,
We had to drag him there. My mom had to drag him there, apparently.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's for his own good. You can't mess around. My grandmother died of sepsis. You can't mess around with stuff like that. You know, I mean, a lot of people almost died of sepsis. Madonna almost died of sepsis. Like literally, if they didn't get her, she would have been a goner. So let's say hello to everybody. We got John, we got Thomas, we got Brendan, we got Kathy, Sylvia, Joe, Nestor, Thomas, Carlos. Hey, Carlos, how are you? Jill, Tinia, Brendan, Catherine, Matt, Scuba Chris, Glenn, Ken, Mary, JB, David, Estelle. Hey, Estelle. Jason, how are you? iPhone. Is that Hefe? Can't tell if that iPhone is Hefe. Let me. Oh, Jeremiah. Sorry, not Hefe. That's Jeremiah. I haven't seen Hefe. Don, Gus, Maria, Tony, Bill, John, uh, David, Richard. Yeah, where did he bite him? Was it on the hand?
Yep, right. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. David, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Exactly. Yeah, I have a grumpy old man, but he's only 12. Uh, but I could start seeing the fog in his eyes, and he's arthritic, and I have to get him up. After his shampoo. Carlos, that's funny. Does he drive a 280ZX? You guys crack me up more than I crack you guys up. That's fine, Carl. Uh, yeah. Hopefully the dad will be fine.
This was him this morning. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. There he is. He was about as grumpy as a dog to be.
Oh yeah, he looks pretty grumpy.
He was. He did not want to be there.
He's there under protest.
Yep.
Yeah, he's there under protest. Yeah, well, he'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back. I'm sure he'll be
Should be home tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah. 24 hours, right? Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me just put up my TC2000 here. And I hope some folks from the pit are here so I can kind of give you my game plan. There we go. Let me go ahead and just share my screen. 2. There we go. Okay, you guys should be able to see my screen. You should be able to see everything that I am seeing. Jason, that's nice. Very nice. Very nice. 200 AZP, very nice. 90, very nice. I'm just going through the channels. Mark says, I'm a newbie, got 20% on the SPY this morning, following market essentials and your rules on AlphaZone Pro. Thanks for sharing your wisdom. My pleasure, Mark. Yeah, folks are doing really good on AlphaZone Pro. I'm a little jealous. I wish I had time to just watch it all day. That would be fantastic. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ken, Kane, not Kate, sorry, Kate. Oh, there you go. There are some folks here from the pit. Good. So I'm looking to give you guys a trade. I really wanted to give you a long, but I'm looking for a pullback on the SPY, hopefully back to the VWAP. I will be talking about the VWAPs today, actually. But I'm looking for a pullback. We haven't had one pullback, and I have a nice list of stocks, and I can't execute on any of them until we have a pullback. So I'm really just looking for a pullback to see what's what. If I don't see a pullback, we may take a short, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. It's just easier to explain it to you guys than to post it to you. But that's kind of where I'm at right now.
I have an anecdotal theory that I've been noticing.
Yeah, tell us, please.
It seems like on these kind of days, lately at least,
If who's what?
on these kind of days, we're just kind of floating to the upside.
Yeah.
We get a pullback to the VWAP when the VWAP starts to get around the high of the first hour, the opening range high. So when the VWAP gets around 588. So
Right here.
yeah, when the VWAP pulls up there, that's when we've been pulling back. If you
We'll
have the
see.
Pro Trader dashboard up, you would see it a lot easier. But
You mean the AlphaZone Pro?
no, the Pro Trader dashboard because it shows the opening range.
I have the Pro Trader. Oh no, I don't. I have it right here. Actually, I'm such an idiot. I'm literally looking at it on top of my on my other screen. It's right there. Yeah. Right here. Yeah. Right there. I love how it all comes together. Actually. Who is this? Richard, you got to share the wealth with everybody. This is beautiful. But let me repost this for you. Ba-boom. Locked in 6,300 on that trade. Is a trade that Richard showed me. Got to put everything together, internals, it all comes together. It sure does. Ba-boom. Very nice. I like that. Very nice, Richard. Very nice. All right. Oh, wow. That's a nice castle. I'll be, for anybody that doesn't know, end of August, between the 26th. I'll give you guys the dates. I'll give you guys the dates. I got too many Pro Trader dashboards and too many Alpha Zone Pros here. There's Alpha Zone Pro. I'm looking at everything. Here's my market internal screen. If you guys think I'm looking at anything differently than you are, you're sadly mistaken. Just waiting for a pullback. Just waiting for a pullback. Good morning, Laura. Good to see you. Yeah, there's not a lot of institutional investors in. There will be by tomorrow afternoon. We should have plenty. And by the way, we have not had one pullback on the Volt so far. That's a very strong trend day. If right now SPY deviates from it, and if this stays strong, I will be going long. Actually, that's what I'm looking to do. Just haven't had it. No pullback, Mike. Nothing. Look at that. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So just waiting, just sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't have a problem waiting. You know, I don't have any problem waiting. Oh, that's very nice. Very nice, Richard. Very, very nice. All right. So overall market structure, so far everything is very bullish. I mentioned to you on Friday not to take the bearish news from Trump too seriously about the Apple. He really doesn't have power to do that. And I figured he's going to back off on Europe because, well, he's backed off on everything else. So the market's coming back. Key levels right now, we are above the 8-day EMA. And remember what I told you. I said that if we're above the 8-day EMA, we're going to be bullish. But if we go below the 8-day EMA, that'll be bearish. We're doing really good here with the 8-day EMA. We really don't have much resistance till we get up here, 595-ish. Here. Oh, I already have this set here. Yeah, about 588. The next major resistance is about 588.86. Excuse me. Sorry. That's where we're at right now. 597. 597. So we got like 3 points ahead of us. All right. To the upside. If you look at QQQ, that level is right here. Check something. Yeah. Right there, about 523.53. You got some resistance there. And then you have, you know what? Why don't I just mark them for you? Level 1. Level 2 right there. So 523.14, 538.14. Those are your next two levels here. Send you a Mark, my Alpha. You mean Matt, not Thomas, Matt. You could send it to Matt at rogerscott.com, okay? Yeah, Matt at rogerscott.com. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Who's sending me that?
A lag? There's no lag. Wild Ranger says if there's a lag of about 8 seconds, 9 seconds from YouTube. I think it's 8 seconds. I think. Wild Ranger, there's about a half a second lag in Zoom. Maybe half a second to 1 second. And you know what I've noticed? Here's the interesting part. Like if you're in Hawaii or if you're in Los Angeles, it'll be like a 3/4 of a second lag. But if you're in Texas or like here somewhere, I know it's funny, but I've been doing too many webinars. And I've noticed that because when I do webinars with Chuck and he's in Hawaii, I'm always in control of the deck. I'm pretty fast, so I'm controlling the deck. So I've noticed over the years, almost a decade, that if somebody's further away, it's more of like a second. And if somebody's closer to us, it's more of like a 1/4 of a second. But there is a very, very slight lag on Zoom. It probably wouldn't make any difference to anybody, but YouTube has a nice 8 to 10 second delay. And so yeah, you don't want to scalp with YouTube. I hope that answers your question, Wild Ranger. Natasha says, did I have a nice holiday? I had a very nice holiday. I went to see Mission Impossible. It was almost 3 hours. I almost wish they split it in half. And then I saw that amazing Saddam bin what's his name? Bin Laden, the Bin Laden documentary. Osama bin Laden. I saw his documentary on YouTube. It was fantastic. It was 3 hours. It was great. The Mission Impossible was like really over the top, but that's what you expect. It was great. It was like fireworks. Fireworks. And yeah, it was honestly they could have cut 20 minutes off of it, but yeah, we had a really good time doing that. And then I saw that over the weekend. I saw the 3 hour. If you guys haven't seen it, yeah, it was funny. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly, highly, highly recommend. Zen, Matt, can you answer Zen's question?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. If you haven't seen the 3 hour documentary on Bin Laden, I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix right now. I think it's in the top 10. Very, 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 very good. Very good. Well, I watched it over 72 hours, Christopher. You know, that's the beauty of Netflix. You can split it up. I watched one episode, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and one on Monday, actually. That's how I did. I actually took it with me to the beach club and watched it at my beach club while everybody else was swimming. I was watching the documentary to show you how much fun I like to have in life. Yeah, it's very, very much worth it. So I'll just repeat this real quickly. There's a scene. There's an amazing scene. They finally identified Bin Laden. They know he's hiding in the house. They got him by the I mean, they know it's him. So Obama, he's in the Situation Room and he's like, okay, let's take a vote. Who wants to attack him? Who doesn't? Well, everybody, Hillary Clinton, let's attack. Everybody's like, attack. Our vice president at the time, we all know who Mr. Joe Biden. He's like, no, we shouldn't attack because we don't want to, our diplomacy, we're going to ruin diplomatic relationships with,
Pakistan.
with Pakistan. And everybody's like, no, we're going to do it. And they did it. But think about this. Think about 20 years ago, how we treat it. And obviously, I would say a lot of negative things about what Biden said, and I'm not going to. Just to show you that I don't just always go and say nasty things about one president. I say nasty things about all presidents. I'm an equal opportunity shit talker when it comes to politics. But here's what I will tell you, that it blew my mind away that somebody put so much effort into diplomacy, global diplomacy, especially with Pakistan, where right now we're like going out of our way to show anger towards the world. And I just thought it was just such a 180-degree contrast, right? From how we are now to the world, how hostile we are, versus how we were, 18 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity. I don't like politics. But I just thought it was, and obviously that was a stupid thing to say. Let's kill Obama. I mean, let's kill Osama bin Laden. Who cares about diplomacy with Pakistan? But it was an issue. Thought that was interesting. Amazing show. If you guys haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Okay. So, we have some upside left in the market. Do I think we're going to go straight up? No, I don't. I think we're going to have a little rocky road. I would love to see a pullback. So far, we're not seeing any major pullbacks at all. But the Volta is starting to go sideways and not up. It could be just for a tick or two. I wouldn't put much effort into it. There's no divergence between here. We have very, very strong ADD line, and we don't really have anything upticking or downticking right now. We have very neutral kind of, and VIX is also not doing anything right now. So the fact that we're not doing anything is very good for the bulls. I would be buying pullbacks. I wouldn't be looking for anything. I wouldn't be looking for a reversal right now. Okay. In terms of stocks, now I'm going to give you stocks, and then I want to have a little lesson with you. I'm going to I'm going to have a class at 1 o'clock about VWAPs, but I'm going to start off. Now, if you guys don't know how I use VWAPs, what anchored VWAPs are, a lot of folks are asking about them. Matt, can you tell me how we've done in Quick Strike? Can you show me? Can we look at the performance of Quick Strike?
Yep.
Let's take a look at it. Yeah, pull it up. Let me know when you're up. But I want to show you the benefit of using. A lot of folks just use moving averages. I like to use anchored VWAPs quite a bit. Okay, quite a bit. So anchored VWAPs are very important, and I'll show you a few examples right now, actually. So let me give you an example. IBM. Okay, let's look at IBM for a second. Now, IBM looks like a very, very nice long here, doesn't it? Would everybody say that it looks like a perfect, like IBM looks like a perfect A-line right now? Tell me I'm crazy. Look at it. Doesn't it look like a nice A-line? Right? Looks like a beauty, right? But then you put the VWAP on here. And look at what happens. Does it still look beautiful to you guys? Does it still look beautiful to you? You didn't see a trap coming, did you? All right, let's take a look here. Damn, really? That's how we've been doing, Matt, in Quick Strike? I'll be damned. Interesting. Bumped it. So does it look just as good to you now as it did before? Here's how it looked before, and here's when I applied the VWAP. You can clearly see it needs to get above this level. So a minute ago, it looked really nice to you guys, but what about now? How about this stock here? Doesn't this stock look beautiful to you? Remember that 8 TPR trade, Richard? He wanted to get out. Richard wanted to get out. I said, no. You got to add. This is the time to add. It just broke out above the VWAP. Do you see what I see the problem? Doesn't look as good, does it? Doesn't look as good. How about this one? No, Larry, I can't look at a com right now because I'm giving you a lesson right now. Let me ask you a question, Larry. Why do you want me to look at a com? Tell me. Do you see this, guys? Tell me why you want me to look at a com, Larry. Because you're in the trade. Let me ask you, Larry, is everybody here in that trade? Do you think it's fair to people who didn't pay for that service to get a full analysis about a trade that you're in right now, Larry? Is there any justice in there? Is there any equity in there? It's okay. I'm just giving you a hard time, Larry. Larry, I'm just giving you a hard time. It's all good. It's Tuesday. It's after a holiday. I'll take a look at it if we have time. I will. But do you guys, let's stick to the topic. Let's stick to the topic. See this? Not ready yet. Now, why did I show you these 3 examples specifically? Because these 3 examples all look great to the naked eye, but not when you pull up the VWAP. Now, I call it the VWAP, and this is a mistake I always do because I call this the VWAP and I call this the VWAP, and then you guys don't really know what the VWAP is. Well, there's only one VWAP, and this is not the VWAP. This is the anchored VWAP. Anchored VWAP. Anchored. AVWAP right here. Anchored VWAP. Anchored. This is the VWAP. This is the anchored VWAP. Anytime you need me to anchor it, it's an anchored VWAP. We only anchor VWAPs on a daily chart. You don't have to anchor anything to an intraday chart. Why? Because the intraday chart anchors itself to the first bar of the day. There's nothing to do there. How far back with the anchor do you go? Well, Christopher, I go back beginning of the year. then beginning of the quarter, then any significant swing up or down. Yes, I'm using TC2000, and TC2000 and TradingView have very easy to use VWAP levels. No, the tool to apply VWAP to your chart on TradingView and TC2000 is very easy to use. Now I want to show you guys something. Do you want to see something cool? Do you guys want to see something cool? All right. Roger, I've been losing money with you. I've been losing money with you. I don't know how. Oh, I know how, because I haven't been following your trades. This is Quick Strike. Actually, nobody's been sending me those emails except for a few trade like 2 weeks ago. This is Quick Strike. This is the Quick Strike. Do you guys see anything interesting here? And actually, that's the members area. This is the program that we use VWAPs, anchored VWAPs on, not VWAPs, anchored VWAPs on. Do you notice anything interesting here? Yeah, profit factor of over 4. %85 win rate. No losers. No losers this year. Now, let me ask you guys, how many programs do you know that don't have any losers this year? VWAPs and anchored VWAPs. Now, I'll talk about this in full detail in about half an hour. Okay, I'll have a class on this in half an hour. But I wanted to show you. So you see, a lot of people teach and talk and talk and teach and talk and talk. And when it comes to showing the goods, what do? What do I do? These are some good numbers. Does it have to actually close? Yes. Yes, Sylvia, it does. Well, Sylvia, this is a good question. I got to post, but I'm not positive. This actually, yes, it has to close above the VWAP. Yes. So this is actually us using the anchored VWAPs. Do you know why, Alan? Alan, do you want me to tell you why? Do you want me to disclose it to you? Do you want me to tell you the truth? I'll tell you why. Because my assistant doesn't listen to me, and he buys options with a delta of 0.50 and not enough time till expiration. That's why. That's why. If he listened to me and bought options with a delta of 0.70 instead of 0.50, and if he went further out, like I've been telling him to for months, then this would be close or higher than 4.0. What do you think about that, Alan? You have anything to say for yourself, young man?
I do. If you look at the options expirations of the trades in the last 3 months, I've gone out a lot further.
I know. You finally have. You finally have.
Pulling me over to your side.
All right.
Slowly but surely.
All right. I've said this a million times, folks. This is not the first time I'm doing this. Steve, I didn't tell you what members area Clyde gives me assistance in. You're right. It should be the other way around. But he's right. He's right. It should be the other way around. Look, I'll take 1.9 any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But these are some really good numbers. These are some really, really good numbers. Really good numbers. So I'm in a good mood today. So, and remember, in half an hour, I'm going to do a full class on this, and I haven't done it in a long time, and I think that's why Matt's wearing the special shirt today. I should have worn it. I don't know why I didn't wear it.
I had no idea we were doing that webinar. But
you what? It was a coincidence?
Yeah, it was a total coincidence.
It's a nice shirt. I've seen Richard wearing it. It's actually a pretty cool shirt.
Yeah, it's a great shirt.
It's a good shirt. Anyway, that's so that's the so why should you be using these tools? Because what I'm showing you right now, literally, is how we were able to get those numbers. So yeah, that shirt is very, thank you, Richard. Very nice shirt. So you see the little trick. Now I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to have a webinar on this in half an hour. So you'll learn more. But for now, this is what I recommend you write down. Okay. Write this down. I'm going to summarize it for you. When you're looking at intraday data, you're looking at a VWAP. When you're looking at daily data, that's the left side of my screen, you're looking at the anchored VWAP because you got to set a date. See, you can't just put a VWAP on a daily chart. You got to set a starting date. So by definition, it has to be anchored VWAP. The only question now is where's it set? High volume bar, first of the year, Trump election. I'm making these days up, but you guys understand? You could also use it on Thinkorswim. I have it all over Thinkorswim, but it's a little more difficult to set. You got to actually just know the date you're setting and type in the date. Okay? Thank you, Bob. So my point is, I'm going to have a class on this, and I hope you guys come. It's going to be in half an hour, but I wanted to show you the power of these things, the power, and to show you that whenever you have a VWAP, whenever you're looking at a pullback opportunity, and this is a pullback opportunity, you got to make sure you're above the VWAP of the previous swing high. Now, when you're looking at intraday, there's nothing to do. You just set a VWAP. Now, a lot of the settings give you the standard deviation. You don't need the standard deviation. You just need the VWAP. Standard VWAP, day session only VWAP. Now, if you're looking at daily data, you got an anchored VWAP. And then the only question is, what date do you set? And I'll be talking about that. But the best ones are beginning of the year, beginning of the quarter, or not even beginning of the quarter. Quadruple witching, which happens once a quarter, and that happens usually a week or two before the end of the quarter. That's even better, okay? So beginning of the year, quadruple witching, every quadruple witching date, which happens to be a Friday, like a few days before beginning of the quarter. And then earnings, if you're looking at a stock, earnings dates. You don't need to look at beginning of the year, end of the year. You just need to learn earnings and these levels. Now, these levels, and we'll have a webinar on that. I'll explain to you why these levels, I'll show you all that in about half an hour. I'm going to start going back to stocks right now. But I'll show you and explain to you more about this in about 28 minutes. You'll need to go to a different room for the webinar. But you see how clearly, you need to wait till we close above this level. Because I'll explain to you why right now. Because this is the all-time high or the swing high, okay? And what this does is, because that's a swing high, it traps all of this price. And when price finally starts trading above this line, it means price throughout this whole time is only now coming back to this level in terms of volume price. So there was a lot of volume in this bar, a lot more than here. And when you added all this volume into account, the moving average is now saying, hey, we're coming back to this equilibrium. We're going to come back and test these levels after we're here, not here. We're just trapped right now. We're still trapped. But here we're not trapped anymore. So I'm going to show you a program that I created. And as you saw, the win rate really speaks for itself. And also, the average hold time is 6.5 days. 6.5 days. Not 20 days, just 6.5 days. Medium hold time, 3.5 days. Pretty good, right? But just to show you, I mean, we've been doing really well. And not hypothetical. This is since we launched the program. All right. Not trying to advertise. I just figured I'd give you a little lesson on VWAPs, show you how powerful. But I don't believe anything anybody says till I see numbers. You could be the best teacher in the world. I want to see numbers. I want to see what you're booking. I want to see what your trades are. I want to see people raving about your performance. Because there's a lot of teachers out there who teach, and they just teach and teach and teach, and nothing happens. What is the trade size on the asset column? I think it's just one contract. It's just one, or no. It's for every $1,000.
Yeah,
it's for every $1,000 return. And you can make this $10,000. You can make it $100,000. But this is just a nice, simple way of showing people, hey, if you just invest $1,000, you'd make $306, It's right there. Now, it's another thing about me. Notice I'm always showing you my results. Talk to people who are always showing you their results, not what they're teaching, but the results of what they're teaching. There's nothing like results of what they're teaching. Lag, what do you mean lag, Moondog? Maybe half a second or so for you, but that's about it. Okay, so let me give you stocks that I'm looking at. So what am I thinking about the market right now, right? What am I thinking of the market? I think we got a little. Oh, by the way, we're above the 8-day EMA. Let's see how we are here. See, we're above this area now. As long as we close above this area, we can definitely go to 597, which happens to be this bar right here. And actually, there's a lower one here too. Yeah, right there. Nice. See how it all comes together? Okay. So that's the SPY. So far, we're back above this level. I think choppiness till we get a little more upside and then choppiness. But I'm going to tell you, we're looking fantastic today. We haven't had one freaking pullback, which I have a whole list of stocks that I want to go long. I don't know which ones are strong. I can't gauge anything because we haven't pulled back. And the size of these bars are not really all that big. So we have very, very clear moves here. Let me take a quick look at some. One second, folks. I'm looking at a million things at one time. Put this back. Okay. See SMCI? It's above the 8-day EMA, right? See, it hasn't passed that. There's a Richard. You're now using. There is a converter. You can download a converter, a SPY to ES price converter. Take a look online. If you can't find it, let me know. But you should see one for TradingView, a converter, price converter. Okay, take a look at it. Again, high volume bar, swing high. We put the VWAP here, and ba-boom, we're not ready yet. Not ready yet. Let me take a quick look at Palantir. Somebody mentioned Palantir. Needs to close above this area right here, 126. You are the only man I have ever seen able to multitask. Thanks, Tammy. Okay. Ooh, breaking out nicely on the, yeah. You know, Matt, we hardly have any positions.
Nope.
That's good. Good. Walmart. All right. Okay. So let me give you guys stocks that I'm looking at, okay? CLX, still bearish on this stock. I'm looking at 0.70 delta, 135 puts. Humana, my weakest stock of the year, remember? Look how well it respects the 200-day, by the way. Richard, look at this. 200, 200, almost 200, 200, right on the dot. Look at that. Talk about visually backtesting. Otherwise, very crappy stock. So these are stocks you bought and are holding before you. No, Meredith, I'm not holding any of these. I don't have any of these stocks. These are stocks I'm adding to my watch list and showing you why. Okay. And the stock is very choppy, so it doesn't really have a lot of right, Cyrus, exactly. For this, I would do a debit spread. I would go 31 days out. I would go to 230 versus 220, $5 or less. $5 or less. Look at that. Nice breakout. Matt, are you doing anything in Trading Zone?
Nope.
Waiting for a pullback?
Well, I'm waiting to see. I'm trying to read the news. There's a couple things coming out, but they're not really market
Yeah.
moving. Or S&B.
Richard says you don't understand how much I do visual backtesting now. There you go. By the way, nobody talks about visual backtesting. Nobody does it for some stupid reason. MSTR. Now this is an interesting one. Notice I always give you stocks to buy. Excuse me, to sell that are below the flag. Notice this is my short and it's above the flag. Well, why? Well, I'll tell you why. First of all, we're below this high volume bar. And second of all, my target actually is the flag. So once it gets to the flag, I won't be short anymore. This is just this is more of an advanced trade because we're below these key moving averages and they're crossing and we're below the high volume bar. And I think we're going to go right to the 8-day. Now, this is not a trade I would give away in one of the services. Maybe in the pit, but I wouldn't. This is not a beginner's kind of a trade. Yeah, and I'm not falling for this rally either. I think we're a lot more choppier than. How do you backtest? Visually, Michael, like, I'll show you in a few minutes. Like, for example, look at this stock, MP. Look how well it's been respecting the 8-day EMA. It doesn't even go to the 15-day EMA. That's something to notice. That's a visual backtest right there. Right. That's right, Nathan. You can. So you see how well it respects? That's called visually backtesting. Now, if I'm trading a stock, and I usually say, wait till it gets to the 15-day EMA to get out. Let's say I'm trading this stock and this stock starts jumping to the 15, I'm going to start getting worried much sooner because this stock tends to hold the 8-day really well. Now, hypothetically, let's say the stock held the 15-day really well. I really wouldn't worry about it too much till it violated the 15. That's visually backtesting. Go back a few weeks or a few days and see or a few months, whatever, and notice what the price has been doing. No, momentum has not flipped to red at all. That's what I'm saying. I haven't had one pullback. I have a list of stocks here that I'm looking to go long on, and I can't go long anything. Yeah, 590. Yeah, that's exactly right. Interesting, very interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking at different levels. Now let's look at the long side. IBM. Now you would think IBM is a great trade, but what did I tell you about IBM? Can't get it up. Sharab, you and I have met many, many times. Stop spamming me, Sharab. So no soup here yet, but doesn't mean you can't set your alarm, right? See how we're breaking past that level? What happens when we break past that level and close above that level? Then you're good to go. It may be a quick strike trade. And remember, in 17 minutes, we're going to talk quick strike. So I'm not going to give you the option for this because, well, it's not ready. Capiche? David says above the VWAP on a daily candle only. Yes, yes. No, just use daily. Use daily. You could use weekly, but I've never seen anyone do it, David. Theoretically, you could use weekly, but I've never seen anyone do it, and I've never done it. So, but in theory, you could do it, but I don't see why. All right. Hey, Mike Clyde. Good. Got a lot of people here. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's continue. Shaq. Shaq is beautiful. Problem with Shaq is we have resistance very close. So it may be good for a little sniper. I'm in a very good mood, Anthony. I'm in a very good mood. I had a nice weekend. I had no buffoonery. I visited my son. I bought him some rum. He's never tried this rum. He likes rum, and I bought him this exotic rum. My son, God bless him. He's over 21 now. He's almost 23. So, yes, Mike, that would be anticipatory on IBM. I wouldn't be doing that. Remember, if you do something anticipatory, your win rate will be low. Your win rate will be lower, but your profits will be higher. But I know a lot of you want to keep your win rates high. So taking confirmation trades is really good. Yep, no problem, Mike. It's a very nice compression and a very nice breakout that I would definitely wait for a VWAP. No, we were a friend of mine. He works with Patron, and Patron makes this rum called Pirate Rum, Pirate or something like that. And I remember drinking it like 25, 30 years ago, and so we just had this conversation. So I got it for him, and I came over visited him. It was nice. He lives just 3 blocks from here. Pirate, that's it. Pirate, that's it. Nah, he doesn't want to trade. He wants to go be a kangaroo doctor, which I'm all for. I would go about 24 days out. I would go to a delta of about 71, 68 right here. You got a lot of liquidity here. 120 call. 120 call on Shack. On the Shack. That's not a weird candle on AZP. That's a weird candle in the market. That's price data. That's not AZP, Mike. See that? I don't have AZP on, and you see that? Nothing to do with AZP. It'll show up on AZP, but it's nothing to do with AZP. Okay. CrowdStrike, which is almost at the VWAP. I really like the stock a lot right now. I'd be looking at a spread, 475 call versus 485 call. You should be paying attention to this. I may give you this later as a homework assignment in the pit. 470 right here, 470, 480-ish area for no more than $5. MNST, I still like this one quite a bit. 31 days to go. 75 delta. 62 strike price. Snow. Snowing somewhere still. Yeah. I would just buy a spread here. 207.50 versus, how about 210 versus 215? Or you could do 205. Yeah, how about this? 205 versus 210, $2.50. AMD, not ready yet, so we wait. Carvana, what does Carvana have in common with Urban? I asked you this morning. Very few people can answer my question. All-time highs. Beautiful breakout, by the way. 31 days out, 71 del. Oh, too expensive. Let's do a spread. Let's buy the 315 and sell the 325 for $5. Nice looking chart. That is an A+ chart right here. These are all verticals. Well, in these cases, they're verticals, yes. AGX, a little overdone. I would say AGX was right here would have been a good time. Maybe over here. It's a little overdone, a little too deviated. My recommendation for Palantir is no recommendation, Art. Yeah, I remember teaching you. Yes, there's a CRWL, folks. If you want to take CRWD with leverage, but without spending a lot, look at that. People helping me out. I love it. Love it. And Urban. Look how nice Urban's looking. Nice breakout here. And earnings already passed. 24 days out, 0.50 delta. Now you can go ahead and buy this. 70 call, June 20th. All right, Matt and I are going to have a class in 10 minutes. Please join me if you want to see how we were able to get those results, because I like those results. 85% win rate, profit factor over 4. You'd be nuts to miss it. Maybe I'll even give you guys a couple of good trades if you behave yourselves. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Bye.
Hi, everyone.
That was a good session, Matt. Good session. Good session. I like good sessions.